Hello and welcome to a special bonus episode of Disney Movie Investigation. This is a bonus series where we took a look at TV shows that we remember growing up. On this episode, we're exploring the DC universe as we take a look at Superman, the animated series. And if you are enjoying these videos, I do ask that you please hit that subscribe button. That way you'll never miss a single episode. But for now, sit back and enjoy this bonus episode of Disney Movie Investigation. So like I said, today we are covering Superman, the animated series. This was developed by Alan Burnett and Bruce Timm, and it is based on Superman, created by Jerry Siegel and Joel Shuster. The production company was Warner Brothers Animation, and it was distributed by Warner Brothers Television Distribution. It aired on the Kids WB, and it ran from September 6, 1996 to February 12, 2000, and it had a total number of episodes of 54. So in terms of the development of the series, after the success of Batman the Animated Series, Warner Brothers was developing a Superman film and was wanting an animated series to be paired along with it. Warner Brothers Animation president Gene McCurdy approached Bruce Timm to develop a series to go along with Batman the Animated Series. Timm agreed, but he struggled with finding a visual style for the series. Timm initially thought that a retro style similar to the Fleischer Studio Superman cartoons, but Timm decided not to mess with perfection, but he would still use the influences from that series. Coco Enterprises Company Limited, TMS Kurochu Corporation, and Duyang Animation Group, and TLC were all contributed to the animation. One of the distinguishing features of the series was not focusing on Superman's powers, but as compared to comic books. So what this meant is that he was shown to be struggling with the different villains and struggling with like lifting objects, being hit with objects causing pain, and being vulnerable to electricity. So it wasn't the all-powerful Superman that everyone was accustomed to. The three main villains for the series was determined to be Lex Luthor, Brainiac, and Darkseid, although the episode with Livewire was a memorable one as well. So in terms of the cast, we have Tim Daly, who plays Superman and Clark Kent and Bizarro. We have Dana Delaney, who plays Lois Lane. David Kaufman is Jimmy Olsen. Clancy Brown as Lex Luthor. Corey Burton as Brainiac. Michael Ironside as Darkseid. And Laura Petty provides the voice of Livewire. So in terms of the show, it is set in modern-day Metropolis against the backdrop of a bright urban landscape, and the ageless superhero Superman combats similar villains and rescues innocent victims in exciting new stories based on universal themes, encompassing the same time-honored tradition of the classic Superman legend. Midway through the show was combined with the New Batman Adventures to become the New Batman-Superman Adventures. Several other members of the DC universe would also make cameos in this series, including Batman, The Flash, Aquaman, and Green Lantern. This would lead to an eventual sequel series called Justice League. So in terms of the legacy of the show, they would span a comic book spin-off, and this was based on the show with the same art style and everything. And it ran from 1996 to 2002, and it would have a total of 68 issues. The first three episodes were packaged together into a direct-to-DVD movie called The Last Son of Krypton, and this was released on February 3rd, 2004. And then on January 25th, 2005, DVD box sets would be released. The composer of the score would be Shirley Walker, and on January 28th, 2014, La La Land Records would release a 4-disc compilation set of music from the series. And of course, this being the age of video games, a video game would be released on N64 in 1999. However, this was critically panned as being one of the worst video games ever, and they decided to redeem themselves with a second game called Superman Shadows of Apocalypse, and that would be released for PlayStation 2 and GameCube. So memories of the show. I did not watch the show when it was on originally. I was more into the Batman the Animated Series. However, rewatching it for research for the show, I think it has a lot of definitely bright colors and a lot of great backgrounds, which sets it apart from Batman. The episodes had good stories, and each of them would leave you kind of like with a cliffhanger, showing that the villain wasn't ultimately defeated. I really like the Livewire character. Lori Petty does an amazing job with that character, as well as it shows kind of like a female villain that matches wits and strength with Superman. So I thought that was very clever. Definitely recommend this, as it's able to breathe some excitement into Superman. Because me personally, I find Superman a little bit boring, but this one was actually quite enjoyable to watch. So yeah, definitely recommend it. It is on DVD as well. It is on Netflix in the US. So thank you so much for joining us here on Disney Movie Investigation for this special bonus episode. If any of you have a great memory of Superman the Animated Series, I would love for you to share it in the comments below. So as we look forward to our next bonus episode, we're going to be going things in a more educational way as we take a look at the PBS series Arthur. So until next time, I hope you have a magical day, and we will see you real soon.